There are a couple of other things I'd love to hear you share about. One, Jane, happened in 2014 when you were approached by two very interesting men. Would you tell us about that?
Yes, that was a very unusual incident. Aglow had was going to receive an award given by the Knesset, the government of Israel, and it was an award for bringing tourism into the land, lo, these many years. And because Tony and I were already overseas, we decided we would go to Israel and actually receive the award and be there for the event. While we were there, we stayed in one of the hotels and we were having coffee in a coffee shop. And this man kept kind of looking in our direction and then sat at the table opposite us and again kept looking and finally pointed at me and he said, "I don't know who you are, but you're important in the kingdom. In fact, you're an Esther called for such a time as this." He began to move towards our table and talk to us at some length. I'll say maybe 15 minutes of conversation. But one of the things that he said really pierced my heart. And he said, "You need to prepare your people to meet the king because time is very short." From Jerusalem, we traveled to Hong Kong for some other meetings. And while we were in Hong Kong, we were walking the streets of Hong Kong, very busy streets. We went through an alleyway where there's shops on both sides of the alleyway. Tony, my husband, went into a tailor shop, and I just stood outside and kind of leaned on the wall, just watching him look at things. And an Arab man moved towards me. And he approached me also saying, "I don't know who you are, but you're a woman of wisdom. Where do you get your wisdom?" And so we engaged in conversation about where I got my wisdom. He was a Pakistani man, and he listened intently. He was very forthright with what he believed, but he was also respectful of what I believed. And I was very clear about the person of Jesus Christ. But at the end of our conversation, he said, "You know that time is short, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, I do." So within 10 days, two men, the two sons of Abraham, the Jewish man, a son of Abraham, Isaac, and an Arab man, a Pakistani man, the son of Ishmael, both acknowledged, time is short. And I do believe it's time to be prepared to meet the King.